Hey, this is Saplivagi from LickNRiff.com, and it's time for another viewer request. And in this video, we're going to learn a fingerstyle arrangement I've made especially for you guys and girls of What a Wonderful World. What a wonderful song. First, I'm going to play the arrangement so you can hear how it goes, and then we're going to break it down lick by lick with tabs on the screen and everything. So, without further ado, it goes like this. Enjoy. Alright, so as you've seen, the verse comes around 3 times. So you only need to learn the verse and the B part, the bridge, the colors of the rainbow part. Now, this is pretty straightforward. It's in 6/8 time. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to show you different ways you can pick this. The main thing to remember is that I'm going to show you the melody, I'm going to show you the chords, I'm going to show you the fingerings, and you can pick it the way you want to pick it. You don't have to play the way I play. As you've seen, I've changed my picking from verse to verse. So let's begin. You begin with D. So it's a D chord, just a D chord. Okay. What I do, pretty simple, just I play the E string and the D string, and then I just play string 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's basically what I do, because this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's basically the rhythm. So you can use this picking pattern throughout the song. So you pick the melody note, and then you just fill in the rest of the rhythm, the rest of the eighths. Okay, so that's what I do most of the time, unless the melody is more complicated than that. Like the second chord, which is G6, which turns into D, and which turns into G, which turns back into D, which is okay. So G6, I keep the third finger on the third fret of the second string, and I take my second finger and put it on the G bass and leave the E string open, and I pick the melody note is the open E string. I pick it along with the bass, and then I do, okay? Now the next string is the E string again, but this time it's on 3, completing the G chord. This is G6 with the pinky on 3 on the E string. It's G. Okay, just a normal G. So it's G6, G. Okay, I hope you're beginning to see the pattern. It's always the same down-up picking pattern, and you just insert the melody where the melody should be. That's how you should look at it. There's a melody and there's the picking pattern. So, and then D again. And then A7. Okay, I just pick the chord once. You can pick it, you can strum it. Okay, it sounds good. Okay, works. Now, this is the intro. Okay, the interlude. It comes around also between verse 1 and 2. Now, you begin with D again, but you do this first. Okay, 2 and 3 on the B string. And then D. Okay, so it's the second string and the fourth string, the B string and the D string. Okay. Okay, and you continue the picking pattern. So, and then it's this. This is F sharp minor. It's scary looking, but it's just F sharp minor. This is the third note of the F sharp minor chord. So this is the third. And since we don't pick the D and A strings, there's no reason to put these fingers on. Okay, so we just bar the second fret, pinky on 5 on the E string, and what we pick is the F sharp bass and strings 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so this is our chord. Now the melody, of course, is this. This is the melody note. And it's the same picking pattern. Okay? It's simple. It's very, very simple. It's all in the chords. So again, okay? I did a little embellishment on the D. I added one note to the picking pattern, but it doesn't matter. And then it's this. It's basically the same concept. It's a G this time, so it's 1 fret up, but because it's a G, the pinky goes to 7. If it was G minor, the pinky would stay on 6, but the pinky is on 7, so you... now, the funny thing is that because it's a G, and the 3 open strings 2, 3, and 4 open, are a G chord, so you don't have to bar. So this is a nice voicings of the It's a nice voicing of the chord. You just press 3 on the bass, on the E bass, and your pinky on 7 on the E string, and the rest of the strings 2 and 3, and if you want also 4, are open. So it's this. Okay, this is the chord. So this time the melody note comes before the bass. Okay, it comes just before the bar. So it's... No, actually, no, this comes around later. Now, the melody comes inside the bar, so you pick the bass first. You pick the strings by order. Okay? It's as simple as it gets. It's just... And then instead of going back up, you just pick the B note 2 more times. Okay, sometimes I do this. And that's just I pick the B note, the 7, along with the B string. So, okay, it's an octave just before this comes around as a solo melody. So, and then F sharp minor again. Okay, the same thing. Same picking pattern. So this is the first line. So it's D. And then F sharp minor. Now, remember when I told you the melody comes before the bar? You can do this here. Okay? You can play this note as the last note of the D bar. What do I mean? I mean this. You put the pinky first and then you play the F sharp. Okay? It's an option. You don't have to do it. Only if it sounds good to you. You play your own arrangement. So, and then E minor, same shape as the F sharp minor and the G. It's the same voicing. It's a high third, so it's 3 on the E string, and the rest of the strings are open. Remember, we don't need the A and D string, so we don't have to fret anything. So, okay, that's basically the rhythm. Or you can do this. Okay, just strum it down, play the G note. And then D again. I bet it's a lot easier than you thought it is. Right? Am I right? I think that when you watch someone play at first, you say, oh my god, this looks difficult. And then when I break it down, you see that it's a lot easier than you thought. That's usually what I get from my students. I play for them and then they say I'm never going to play that, and then I tell them, yeah, you'll play that in about 15 minutes, and they do. Because everything is easier when you break it down. So, D. Now it's F sharp 7. The voicing I chose for this, you could play this, but this is too, I don't know, it's too spicy, it's too crude. I chose this, okay, because this is a third, and this is a sharp 5, and a third sounds better than a sharp 5, and so I find it better sounding, and it's also a bit more sophisticated if you want to look at it this way, because it's F sharp 7 over C sharp, because I play the C sharp as the bass because there's no bar, because we need the open E string. Now you can you can play the F sharp bass, but then you have the open B string, and I prefer the D flat note here to create the third. That's why I chose this. Okay, it's just F sharp without the bar and your finger on 2 on the B string. And you just pick everything from the A string downwards. Okay? And when you reach the B string, you play the B string and the E string together. And then B minor. Okay? B minor, it's the same picking pattern, only down 1 string. You begin with the B string and the A string, and you play strings 4, 3, 2, 3. Okay? Now, why do we stop at the 3rd string and not go another string forward into the 4th string? This. Okay, this is the full picking pattern, but no, we need this. Okay, and this note, the D note, comes around at the end of the bar. So we pick the 2nd string again. Or you can do this. No, let's not change it. Sounds good. Okay, that's what you play on the B minor. Again, you don't have to. You can play something simpler, something more complex. Whatever sounds good to you, this sounds good to me. So, and then it's B flat. Now, B flat, you can do this, but I prefer this. Okay, it's the same notes. Exactly the same notes. But it's easier for me to transition into this than into this. It's more comfortable for the fingers. Why? Because it's comfortable to bar 1 fret and add a finger instead of barring a fret and adding 3 fingers. It's a lot more comfortable, so that's what I use. Okay, that's the next melody line. Now I bar the 3rd fret, pinky on 6 on the E bass. You don't have to add anything more, but if you want to feel like you're putting on the entire chord, just add your 3rd finger on the 5th string of the A string, on the 5th fret of the 5th string. Okay, this is the voicing, but we don't pick the A string, so you don't have to put anything on. It's okay. That's what we play. So it's okay. It's this B string and E bass, and then it's the same thing we picked on the B minor chord. Okay, it's B string and E string, and then strings 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, and then just an arpeggio. Okay, strings 6, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay, as simple as it gets. Okay, so it's the melody and then just the chord. So, and then this. Yeah, it's open strings. It's the open A string, D string, G string, and B string. 5, 4, 3, 2. Why? Because it's G over A. It's G over A. Okay? Now there are many ways of playing G over A. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Just like in the How Deep Is Your Love arrangement I've made. So this time it's this. And then you play 3 on the B string, and then A7. And you pick, again, strings 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 3 on the B string again, open E string, then D again. You're back to the intro. Okay, so together it sounds like this. Okay, now it makes sense. Again, G over A, 3 on the B string, A7, 3 on the B string, open E string, D. Back to the intro. Now, okay, you see? Sounds good. There's something in here you have to notice. There are a lot of chords that don't sound good when you play them by themselves, but they sound awesome when you play them in context. So keep that in mind. Not everything that sounds awful all the time. Music is relative. Everything is relative to the previous chord, the next chord, the previous note, the next note. Music is a flexible thing. We're done with the verse. Let's do it again. Let's begin. So we finished on this note, which begins the intro again. G6, G, D, A7, D, F sharp minor, G, I was going to say G major, and it is G major, F sharp minor again, E minor. I take the high G at first, just a small addition. We don't have to. D, F sharp 7 over C sharp, B minor, B flat, B flat again, okay, G over A, A7, D. Intro again. Now, second time you play the verse, you finish on this note. You finish on D again, but you finish on this note. 3 on the B string. Okay, so it's... Then you begin again, okay? Now, the second interlude after the second verse is this. Okay, it's just D, G, G, D. Okay, you can do whatever you want to do. Okay, whatever you want to do. I just go D, G6, G, D. Okay, you can play this in so many different ways. But I'm not going to show you any way to do this because I want you to come up with your own way. This is just what I do. It's as simple as it gets. It's as simple as I could think of. Now, then the B part. The B part is the easiest thing in the world. It's A7. Okay, it's open E string, A7, okay, and then A7 again, okay, arpeggio at the end. So it's E string, A7, E string, 4 times, then the arpeggio, then D, same thing. Okay, E string, 4 times. Actually, it's the D chord. Sorry, this is confusing. And then the E string 4 times. Then the arpeggio. Then A again. Then D again. And the only difference is that at the end, when you get to the E string again, add the arpeggio in the middle of the arpeggio. Let me play this for you again so you can hear when. Now, you play high A, okay? 5 on the E string, because it's this. Okay? It's B minor. You just bar the 7th fret because you don't need the D and A string again. Okay? So it's the chord itself, and then strings 3, 2, 1, 2, and then F sharp minor. Okay? The same thing as you did on the first F sharp minor, the high A, and then arpeggio, and then B minor again, just an arpeggio, and then F sharp minor again. Okay, so it's A7D, B minor, F sharp minor, B minor, F sharp minor. Okay, 4 chords, 2 times each couple. So A7, D, A7, D, high A, B minor, F sharp minor, B minor, F sharp minor. Now E minor. Okay, it's the chord, arpeggio, E string again on 3. And then this. This is E flat diminished, or you can call it D7 over E flat, but it's not. It's E flat diminished. From strings 1 to 4, it's 2, 1, 2, 1. Or from strings 4 to 1, it's 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? It's 1, 2, 1, 2. Or 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay? So it's E minor, E flat diminished. Okay, you play the chord, and then the E string again on the F sharp note, and then this. It's E minor with the high G, E flat diminished again, then E minor again, this time with an open E string, and I put the fingers on just in case one of these strings is vibrating from this, because it's a precaution. It's better to put the fingers on if you think one of the open strings is going to vibrate. So it's this chord, the E minor chord, and then strings 3 and 2, and then A7. You pick strings 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then open E string, and you're at the verse again. Okay? You begin without this. Okay? This is instead of this. Okay? You got the idea? You begin right at the D chord. You pick the B string. It's the beginning of the melody again. We're not done yet. There's an ending. There are 2 endings actually. 2 ending lines. Should we repeat the B part? Let's repeat the B part. It's A7, D, A minor again, F sharp minor again, E minor, E flat diminished, E minor, E flat diminished, E minor, A7, D again. Okay, you finish on D, and then you do this. You're at D, right? D, F sharp, minor flat 5, which is easier to remember as D7 over F sharp, okay? But it's not, it's F sharp minor flat 5, or F sharp half diminished. But you can remember the shape as D7 over F sharp. I use my thumb for the F sharp bass. You can do this. I don't find this comfortable, so I do this. You choose whatever fingering you choose. So it's D. Okay, it's the same thing. It's just chord, arpeggio. And then B7. It doesn't matter how you pick it. I pick it differently each time. I don't even remember how I picked it before. But I finish on the second string. That's what I usually do. I make sure I finish on the second string. So it's okay. Pick it any way you want. Just pick the chord first and then just arpeggiate it until you reach the second string at the end, okay? Even if you have to pick it twice. Okay? Find your own way of picking this. So it's D, D7 over F sharp, B7. You see, I pick it differently every time because it's a free chord. And then it's this. It's E minor to E minor 7. It's actually E minor add 9. Okay? It's 2 on the E string. It's the F sharp chord. And then it's open E string, 3 on the B string, open E string, 3 on the B string. Okay, it's chord. The chord comes around on the second F sharp note. E string, D, E, D. I mean the notes. This is a D note. So it's F sharp, E, D, E, D. And then arpeggio with the D note. It's an arpeggio for an E minor 7 chord. Okay? By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but this is a genius composition. It's D. Okay, you've got the F sharp note. Then you've got F sharp minor 7 flat 5. You've got the F sharp note. Then B7. You've got the F sharp note. And then the F sharp note is the melody in E minor. Okay, so it's a genius composition. It's 4 ways of harmonizing an F sharp chord. It's brilliant. Arpeggio, then the usual ending, G over A, A7, and you end on the D note, the 3 on the B string, and it's a D chord. And you can play the intro. And you're done. You're done with with What a Wonderful World. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed learning this. Now enjoy playing this. But before you go, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. There's a ton of lessons on the website, on the channel. They're all for free. Go download the tab from the website. It's also for free. And in case you want to give something back, there's a donation button. You can donate whatever you choose to donate. I'd be very, very grateful for any donation. And everything goes back to LickNRiff and to making these lessons. Go get this under your fingers, make your own arrangement of this, or don't, or just play what I just showed you. But I prefer if you do, I prefer if you make your own arrangement, and because the more you try to play with the music, the more you know what to do with the music. There's no other way of learning. And I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you very much for watching.